a WeePonder for your soul. Before I begin, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you who have supported me ever since the beginning when I started doing these videos. And thank you for sharing and love your comments. And the reason why comments are so important is because I believe people do read the comments because there's some interesting nuggets within those comments that you make. So thank you everyone for that. I recently heard Nicole Farmer speak about the inner child. And when I was growing up, I heard that expression, inner child. And because I never had the chance to be a child, I couldn't understand what inner child was. And the older I got, I always thought that it was just another trap to pull me into realizing that there's something wrong with me. Because that's what they were all saying. Your inner child is wounded, it needs to be healed. And then Nicola had said, the inner child has never been hurt, or there's nothing wrong. You don't have to heal your inner child. She went on to say that the only reason why it was brought up a long time ago was so that people became aware that they do have an inner child. So when I heard her say that, it was such a relief to me because it felt so right. And knowing that my inner child was perfectly fine, it automatically began or helped me to realize that maybe through my entire life, I am and have been and always will be perfectly fine. And in speaking to other people, the other thing I began to realize is that the inner child is very much your inner voice, at least for me. And in speaking with Sherry on one of our pull up a chair conversations and a few clients, it has become very clear to me that your inner child stands in your truth. And any type of relationship that you're having, doesn't matter if it's with a partner or a friend, there's always a point within the relationship where you feel you need to share something about what they had said that had triggered you or made you feel, a trigger. And what we typically do when we're in that situation is because we don't want to respond because we know that we will be misunderstood, and then we kind of crawl back inside. But in actual fact, what we're doing is we're shutting down our inner child. And I think that was the most important thing for me to get, was the voice of my inner child. And Sherry was sharing a situation where she was trying to share something with her husband. And for the very first time, she felt that it was important for her because she started to cry. And she's never done that. She's never allowed her emotions to come out and to express how she's truly feeling because of the judgment, or, it's like we want to jump in and rescue them and save them. And as I hear different people speaking about this, I realize now that that inner child begins to feel more confident because you realized you shared your emotions, you shared how you felt, and no one beat you up or called you down or drag you through the mud because of what you just shared, because the difference is that you were sharing from your heart and not from your head. Because when you feel that you're sharing something, you have to come from your heart. It's not about judging a situation or what was being said to you. It's how you feel in that given moment in time. And it's like you give yourself the permission to speak your truth. And then the inner child within you gets stronger and stronger. And then it's easier for you. It becomes so much easier, because the next time you're in a similar situation, that inner child will come out of hiding and say, I just want to share with you how I feel. You know, the amount of times I've wanted to say that to people, but I always felt I would be judged, because my entire life I was judged. I wasn't perfect enough. I didn't say the right thing. Whatever, yada, yada, yada. So the more that you begin to realize how perfect you are, and it's, you know, a book I wrote in 2011 was called You're Not Broken, Harness Your Inner Power. But the original title was You're Not Broken and You Don't Need Fixing. But even that got corrected and changed. Because I always believed there was nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. For sure, we look at life from a different perspective. And that's why we get judged. It's like, how can you believe that? Because I believe that, so you must be wrong. But there isn't any wrong, and there isn't any right. It just is. It's just honoring what that person is experiencing at that moment in time. It may not be your truth, but it doesn't mean that what that person is sharing with you is wrong. It's their truth. It's how they feel. So it's okay to come forward and to speak your truth, but it has to come from your heart. If it comes from your head, it's more ego-driven, and there is a judgment. But when you stay in your heart, it's kinder, it's softer. So try that. Try to speak your truth. Try to say what it is you need to say from your heart. And if everyone could speak from their heart, the energy on this planet would be incredible. So until next time, thank you so much for dropping by and for listening. Have an incredibly beautiful day. And from my heart to yours, much love.